Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Welcome back to Guardian Radio 96.9. I don't want you all to think that one moment I'm upset at my friend there, Shine. He say, hold on, I got to say something. I ain't finished the song yet. What a beautiful song, Bahamas. And it was created, I think, for the 50th Golden Jubilee. Not as a part of the song competition, but because Shine felt the need to shine. And it's a beautiful anthem. And I hope everybody could get a copy of it and play it as much as possible. This could be the song of the 50th. This could be the song that your children remember the same way I remember Get Involved and Junkanoo by Dr. Off, right? And for all of those people that have independent songs, if you created a song for the competition but didn't win, you want to share it with the world. I mean the Bahamas to the world, right? If you want to share it with all of us, call in to the station. Let the producer know what you got, and the producer let you know how we can work it out. Maybe you give the information to me, and I have you on as a guest, or maybe not. Yesterday was Juneteenth. Juneteenth celebration of economic liberation and liberation in the United States of America for our African American brothers and sisters, cousins, fathers, and mothers. Absolutely. Now, you guys remember, we are still doing our sand dollar giveaways. If you don't have a sand dollar wallet, let me tell you all a secret. This Thursday and Friday, June 22nd and 23rd, Central Bank representatives will be giving out sand dollars at Quality Supermarket, Cable Beach. Show your sand dollar-enabled digital wallet at the door and receive $20. Spend $18 or more in sand dollars at the register and get $5 back when you leave the store. The offer is limited to the first 100 customers to show us their sand dollar-enabled wallet at each location. One top-up per person, so as many people as possible can experience the sand dollar. For more details, visit any of the sand dollar social media pages or call 302-9880. That's 302-9880. Joining me in studio this morning are guests from the 242 Small Business Association and Resource Center. Before we jump into that conversation, I have a sand dollar giveaway for you. Every day for the next 4 months, we will be giving away sand dollars to digital wallet holders. Every day, 2 winners will receive $30 in sand dollars. To be eligible to win, you must have a digital wallet and answer the trivia question correctly. When you call in, give the producer your name and number, your digital wallet provider, and your digital wallet address or custom name to transfer the funds to your digital wallet if you get the right answer. Listeners are restricted to one transfer for the duration of the competition. Again, you can only win once. The numbers to call for the trivia or to join this conversation today, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, 242-300-5720. That's 242-300-5720 is a toll-free number for people in the Bahamas, but not living in, or not currently in New Providence. Here is the first question for the day. It's a very easy question. All of the answers can be found by turning to the Googles or turning to your neighbor who you know did very well in social sciences in school or studies. Here's the question. Fort Charlotte is actually 3 forts. Fort Charlotte is actually 3 forts. Name the other 2 forts that make up Fort Charlotte. Fort Charlotte is actually 3 forts. Name the other 2 forts that make up Fort Charlotte. And you can find all of these answers by Googling, and you could give me the answer by calling 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, 242-300-5720. I am very excited about this conversation this morning, especially because yesterday was Juneteenth. And economic empowerment is a very important element in the development of any group of people and any grouping of people. So joining me this morning is Mr. Mark Turnquest from the 242 Small Business Association and Resource Center. And with him, he's brought a guest who will introduce himself in a moment, who is a member of the 242 Small Business Association and Resource Center. Good morning, Mr. Turnquest.
Good morning, everybody.
I'm sure everybody remembers you from yesterday, but please...
And from day before yesterday, I think
on Friday.
So whatever, with Dwight Strong.
Oh, on Morning Blend.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, the reason why I'm here is to inform the general public that we're having a huge event for entrepreneurs and people who want to get in business, people who are already in business. And it's called a 242 Small Business Prosperity Workshop, which is geared towards making everybody employers and not employees, especially in the city. And it's going to be on Saturday coming.
I don't like this idea right off the top, sir.
Right.
Why would you want to make everybody employers? Who will I have to lord over? Who will I have to supervise?
The chicken Chinese.
Okay, that could work. I like being in a supervisory position. Okay, so tell us more about the workshop, and then we get back to the association.
Of course, yeah.
Yes.
Now, the workshop is going to be on Saturday coming.
Yes.
Okay, the Saturday, June the 24th, from 9 to 5, a full day session at the Fox Hill Community Center. It also is going to be on Zoom. So if you
virtual and in person.
Exactly, so you can see it or hear it both ways.
Okay.
And it's going to have about 7 to 11 speakers focusing on the business plan model. And the reason why we focus on the business plan model, for example, accounting plan, the legal plan, the financial plan, the marketing plan, and so on. And the funding is because the small business owners had challenges over the years of staying in business when they start a business because they don't understand financial statements. They think in everything they sell is profits.
Right.
But they don't understand the income statement. That got them in trouble because of the business license situation earlier.
Yeah.
Right. That's why it took so long to get a business license, because they don't understand that revenue minus cost of sales equal gross profit, and gross profit minus operating expense equal net profit. They don't understand the financial model.
Well, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. Before you started speaking, I thought I understood what a business plan is. But by just explaining a bit of what I could expect at this workshop, I realized that a business plan is actually far more complex than I thought it was. Mention reiterate some of the things that come along with a business plan. There's the marketing plan.
It's the accounting plan.
Right.
It's the legal plan. It's the organizational plan. It's the operational plan. It's the insurance plan.
Right.
Because in case your place burn down, you have insurance.
Or even not even that drastic, in case somebody slips down
And
inside or outside your establishment.
That's the liability.
Yeah.
Insurance.
Yeah.
All right. So we have technology plan focusing on your websites.
Right.
And digital
and
wallets.
Connectivity.
And the digital wallets.
Yeah, awesome.
So you're right. So we have and of course we have people speaking about funding and how to get funding from various financial institutions and all that stuff. But the most important thing, everybody who attend the workshop gets a business plan template. So there'll be lots of speakers doing the theoretical framework of speaking. Practically, the young men and women and the seasoned people who are in business who want to make an adjustment will be working on the business plan right then and there.
Okay,
That's
so
it, on the spot.
if I am on the cusp of opening my business, but I'm not certain my plan is ready, it's not bank ready, it's not premier investor ready, this is an opportunity for $50.
No, it's $50 if
Yeah.
you come individually.
Okay.
But it's only $15 if you bring a group of people.
And what's the minimum? What's the minimum in the group?
Five.
And when you say people, do you mean like Chickchanis? Are people
And
too?
raccoons and
Okay, but
and
make sure it's five.
Even
or more.
Long Island sheep runners. Like, I'm from Long Island. You can bring them too. Those sheep and goats.
So your boy, you got a cheerleader. Anyway, good morning, everybody who's coming out to the Bahama Games. That's a special shout out to the Long Island Sheep Runners.
Right. And of course, with me now, we have my main buddy, my buddy old pal, our treasurer,
Okay.
Mr. Eddie Toot. He's the owner of Designer Boutique, a very popular clothing store. And he's, he's as good at what he does. And he's going to have a booth there also, because you have people who are in booths too.
Okay.
And Eddie, talk with us.
But first, I can find out how good he is right now, sir. Designer Boutique. You sell women and men's high-end clothing for
No, man.
fancy events?
Well, good morning. Good morning, everybody.
Yes.
No, we sell women clothing, only women clothing, a variety of stuff. Whatever the occasion is, we try to cater to that. I like to say, if you go in on the boardwalk or if you're going to go have tea at our government house, whatever the
If
occasion
you're going to
is.
the Independence Tea Party.
Yes.
Right. For me, I am a size Andress, but I'm looking for a dress that makes me look like a size Long Island once I put it on.
We got that. We got you.
I believe in you now.
Yes. We got the right size for you.
Yes, sir.
All right, and we keep everything low cost. That's one of our marketing things. We keep everything affordable for everybody.
Okay, all right. And is this a marketing or a business technique or strategy that you would have garnered or learned as a member of SBARC, the Small Business Association?
A lot of people call it Spark, and it's SPRC 242.
Okay.
SPRC. Sometimes you say Spark 242, SPRC 242. You know,
Nope, I love it.
do you know that this man has been my client for 20 plus years?
So I could be sort of a member of the executive and be
A client
Right.
of mine.
Can I be okay, so I hope we have enough time to talk about employee, employer, and entrepreneur, right?
Yes.
Can I be a member of this association if I am an entrepreneur? It's just me one and I'm hustling.
Of course.
And I could be a member if I have a small business.
That's to make it. Once you're a micro, small, medium-sized business owner, you can be a member.
Okay.
Right, and don't forget now, the objective of this workshop is to make everybody who wants to be an employer, because we don't want too much employees now, because it's difficult to find jobs. And the most important thing is inner city. I'm working around with Carlos Reed, Henry Higgins. I'm working with Eric Fox. I'm working with Valentina Scrooge.
Yep.
And all of them with Grip and a lot of Dave Williams.
Yes.
I'm working with a lot of men, William Lund, to bring their young group of men and women to the workshop so they could not get in trouble, but start a business. Because what we're going to provide is the entrepreneurship and the business management skills. We're going to have this model in all communities, and all we need now is to connect with the technical skills, the air conditioning, the mechanics.
Right. So
and all
we
of-
need
right. So
we
they can
need
buy both of them.
sort of trainers to provide.
Practical and theory. Both
now,
of them.
Is Spark going to be offering a training opportunity? Like, are you going to partner and you're going to have a 3-week or a 6-week course, or you
Yeah.
just want to connect individuals and groups with people who are willing to make connections and relationships?
Now, what we're going to do, we're going to set up a mentoring program in all the communities.
Nice.
And we're going to have training and consulting and technical support in all the constituencies of the country.
Okay.
That's what we want to do.
Yeah.
Because we realize this is just a stepping stone, but we want to set up because once you are sustainable in your approach, because this could be everlasting.
Right. Okay.
So everybody who in this program, whatever, man, you're gonna have a long term because 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. we go and have a private consulting with all the participants, and we look at their templates and everything.
Okay.
And we're gonna email it to them because there's going to be a lot of after support services.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Let's get to the phone line, and then we get back and talk
Not a
about
problem.
the continuing participation, right, in the workshop. Caller, I miss you. I am sorry. My apologies. Please call back. The producer's on it is me. Gentlemen, sometimes we got to cut this great conversation.
Right, no problem.
To take a caller or two. But this is exciting. And I think this is what people have been looking for, because even when people don't perform well in school, that doesn't mean that they don't have the talent or the potential to do well in a particular area. I think what most people are missing is connecting their desire and their drive and the sort of limited skill sets that they have with a system, right, that can support the development of the skills and then putting the skills into use. Right. And so tell us more about the business plan initiative.
Right. Yeah. Now, no, but first of all, before I want this man, Eddie, too, right? My client, my treasurer, my good buddy, he be in business. Eddie, can you explain some problems, some opportunities over the years which you experienced in business?
Over the years.
Start with the problem first.
Yeah, well, one of the main problems in business. Oh, you got the call?
Yeah, let me take this call very quickly. Good morning, caller. You're on the clock.
Hi, Erin.
Hi.
Yeah, this is Rudy Dan. Yeah, the answer you're looking for is for Darcy and for Stanley.
Yes, sir. That is the correct answer. If you didn't know, the Bahamians build the best forts in the world because we have forts hidden in forts. You think you can find me in this fort. And so Fort Charlotte is composed of two other forts. It's Fort Charlotte, Fort Stanley, and Fort Darcy. Thank you very much for playing the game this morning with us. And I'm sure you've left your information with the producer?
Yes.
Okay. I will be in contact with you after the show to transfer your $30 to you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much, sir.
Yes, man, Erin, that I learned something new every day. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't learn that. I did that there was 3 forts in one.
Yeah, a fascinating history up there.
Yes, it is. But what, like I was saying in reference to business, some of the problems we have.
Yes.
It's very, very challenging sourcing inventory. I'm in retail, so I sell merchandise. So got to source it. Got to bring it in.
Yeah.
And persons don't really understand how serious, impactful global things affect us. It's we've had a lot of challenges recently with the price of bringing in the items, freight charges, shipping charges.
Yeah.
Everything has skyrocketed for numerous amount of reasons.
And difficulty projecting future costs, right?
Yes. You know, last week, to ship something, it might have been, let's say $100. The next time you bring in the exact same thing, that's $150.
Yeah.
But and then it's a fine line in absorbing that cost or trying to get it back.
Yeah.
Because customers they're not gonna understand, price of clothing going up, going down, that type of thing.
And then you have a particular dynamic within your space in the Bahamas. Like I said earlier, I'm a size Andress, but I'm looking for a dress that can make me look like a size Long Island once I put it on. And so how do you now find this balance? I need to find the fashions, the clothes and sizes that fit my people in the styles and brands that they want. At the cost that they can tolerate at a speed that is necessary for effective commerce.
Yeah, and all of those things are challenging because just how here in the Bahamas, a lot of businesses didn't make it through the pandemic.
Yeah.
A lot of my suppliers didn't make it through the pandemic.
Yeah.
And some of those that did make it through, they don't have what they used to have.
Yeah.
So the challenge continues in continuing to try and source things, trying to find the right thing, the right product, the right price, having it here in the right time.
Yes. It makes no sense to find the best, most inexpensive fascinators, right? But they don't get here in time for the tea party. They don't get here in time for the coronation. They don't get here in time for Easter service.
You're right.
Yeah.
Now, like people like Mr. Toot from Designer Boutique, he'll be like one of the mentoring with the young men and women.
Okay.
Between 3 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Right.
Explaining some problems,
Now, I want to take part in the 3 to 5 mentoring person-to-person sessions. Do I have to be there for the entirety of the event to be able to take advantage of that portion?
Yeah, we would want everybody to be there. But you could come in at 3 p.m. if you want to. But the thing is, we want everybody to go through that whole theoretical and practical framework because of our presenters. Because we have some seasoned presenters and some professional. All of our presenters are professional men and women. From insurance companies and corporate governance and accountants and lawyers and all those different people.
And so what you hear at the beginning of the day is going to help to inform this process at the end of the day in building out or assessing and improving on your existing business plan.
Right, and I'm going to be speaking on the 8 M's of entrepreneurial success. It's the 8 M models that I produce where that it goes directly into all of the M's from management, measurement, the mission and marketing and all that stuff. I do all that.
Mine goes.
Right, I do it. Yes, I do it from. I spent 17 years producing this model. Yes. 17. So it's a logical framework. I'm going to make it very easy for people who want to start, manage, or grow their business to get back into that. And I'm always going to be speaking on my most important desire for the past 12, 13, 14, 15 years, the Small Business Act.
All right.
The Small Business Act is supposed to be legislated a long time now. And I'm going to be speaking on that. And of course, we would like the government indicated that they would be there speaking on their strategies for the small business market. So we're going to have an array of government and non-government organizations focusing on how to develop, manage, and grow your business. Because without a business plan, you would fail.
Yeah.
But, however, you need to know how to execute your business plan also. Because business plan is just a paper. So that's where the mentoring, the consulting, and everything. Like people like Terry Miller, Bash, his group of people is going to be there.
Okay.
So see, we want everybody because over the years, I also developed a program called the Second Chance Entrepreneurship Program, geared towards ex-offenders who want to start a business, who want to change their life. You move from being an ex-con to icon. Straight from the prison, straight into business. That's what me and Dave Williams and William Dunn focus on.
Right, but not straight through this path called repeat the name of the program?
The Second Chance Entrepreneurship Program. That's a different level.
Yeah.
But we don't want our young men and women
have to use that program.
So the people who coming out now, the young men from inner city and all that, from Pinewood, all over the place.
Yeah.
We want them not to get to that level.
Yeah, we don't need you to have to access that program.
No, we don't want that. I started a program in 2012, a pilot program we've been all about. And it's a big program, but we don't want that program. We want this program here.
Yeah. Now, listen, I want to come to the event on Saturday because I have a business plan because I got to leave this job. Not me personally.
Yeah.
Good morning, Mr. Strawn. But I got to leave this job.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to tell my boss. I go into a workshop to present a business plan for an idea I have because I can no longer take it working at his job. This session is good for employees as well, though, right? It's good for people. Look here, I'm on this job. I'm not quite ready to leave this job yet.
Of course.
I'm building some skills. I'd like to build some more skills. at the same time, will these skills help me be a better employee?
You know, what happened is, now, you want to focus on skill development.
Yeah.
And the business plan model focus on all the skill development, be it in your workplace or not. But what happened is that I always tell new,
Yeah.
aspiring entrepreneurs that your hobby is the first place to start from.
Yeah.
Then you turn your dreams into reality.
Okay.
You work, but in part time you do the side hustle, you call it. And then you eventually, when you think you have the capacity and capabilities, and people are willing and able to buy your product and services.
Yeah.
Because this is not fashionable. You have, and Mr. Tu to tell you, this long hours, very, very long hours. I am blind in one eye and only can see 50% in my next eye. So I can tell you something. I still have to work. I still have the young people that still focus on my passion in developing small business owners. So you have to be motivated, and it have to be internally, because people will try kill your dreams. You see, so you have like people like me, and we also have disabled people from the blind and vision impaired will also be there.
Okay.
Yeah, part of my community, because I'm also a member of the Blind Alliance and the Vision Impaired. So we going to have a membership there.
Awesome.
And we're going to have people who will help them go to the restrooms and get their food and everything. So this is for everybody from Abaco in the north to, Abaco in the north and Agua in the south, who want to start a business. You just call me, Mark Turnquist, 427-3640. That's Mark Turnquist, 427-3640. And then I'll link you on Zoom.
Right.
So you don't got to be there physically.
Yeah.
And you know what's a good thing about our organization? You know, we start the small business resource center.
Yeah.
You have a telephone?
No, you keep talking. Keep talking.
The Small Business Association and Resource Center. You know, we start from a march and we went to a movement. Our march, because the former Prime Minister indicated that we was non-essential, but all of us were still paying our rent. I mean, me and Eddie the same, but we paying our rent.
No, man, that was a stage play.
They kill us.
That was a stage play.
They kill us.
They don't mean that. They couldn't mean that. They know that's not true.
No, but that's we did, and we marched. And we had a march. Small business march. All of us march. And after that, the former Deputy Prime Minister Peter Turnquist now say he will open the country again, but he got fired quickly, so he never had a chance. Then they had
to engage
even with the Small Business Act.
Yeah.
And then we founded the small business, the 242 Small Business and Resource Center. We started in 2021.
Yeah.
And now we just grow it. We are not focused on quantity. We want quality people. So people want to be members at the event. We also have a membership drive too. But we don't want them to park their car. We want them to participate in our 9 committees. We're now lobbying with the government to get a Small Business Act. Yeah. And we're going to encourage the government to finish off the National Development Plan, particularly for small business development.
And listen, this is not a jokey thing. I'm about to crack a joke, but it's not a jokey thing, right? Small, medium enterprises, businesses, they drive this country.
95%.
They're driving community commerce, right, and economies. And even in those, I want to say this, even in those spaces, if you're a serious business, you need to act like a serious business and demand that you be treated like a serious business, right? And there need to be regulations in the market. And small businesses shouldn't be afraid of regulations in the market, because if created properly, they protect all parties, the consumer, the business person, the wholesalers, right? And we make sure that everybody finds balance in this commerce ecosystem. But more importantly, we need regulations on cup and baggie. The prices of cup and baggie have been driving up exponentially.
And peanuts is now,
and little children can't afford it.
And now peanuts is now $2.
Yeah.
A bag of peanuts. You know, I always tell people they must behave, eat, sleep, drink like they will stay in business.
Yeah.
And the problem with our country right now, and I've been advocating this for the past 14 plus, from 2009, where I had a first small business summit, we don't have a real definition of what a small business is in the country. Just like how we have a lot of things that is not regulated. We don't. No one could say what is the true definition of a small business. You go to one bank, you go to an insurance company, you go to Small Business Development Center, you go to all different types of organization. There's no true definition. So I will be presenting on the Small Business Act, the structure what our organization will hope to manage, because we want to manage the Small Business Act.
Yeah.
We're going to promote it, drive it. We want to make sure that it's enforced, legislated, and everything.
I don't know if it's enough time because the event is this Saturday at the Fox Hill Community Center,
9
right?
to 5.
Next year at this event or the next workshop, right? You need to get the MPs and more importantly, the constituency officers on board.
Yeah.
Then have a competition to see who can identify who has the largest number of MSMEs, micro, small, medium enterprises
we can
in their
target,
communities.
all the urban renewal locations. We can target all the MPs or constituencies. So we can target them. We let them know that they can bring the people out and all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But of course, I, as an individual consultant, I go to a lot of different constituencies and present entrepreneurship workshop and other business management skill workshop. But Erin, the most important thing is that people gotta understand that this is the year of independence, and so many of people are dependent as employees and not employers. So a year of independence, you need to start focusing on starting your own business, small, and then you can go big.
Yeah, absolutely. And to understand, sort of to properly locate ourselves because of what we call cultural imperialism, because we're so close to the U.S., because we're inundated with American programming, American commercials. Sometimes we forget that we are not American and that we are Bahamian. And that's what small, micro, medium-sized enterprises look like in the Bahamas, right? And what we should expect. And so I love the idea of an association and a resource center and activities like this.
Right.
Also, so Bahamians could connect to other people in their own ecosystem and really get a sense of what commerce looks like and what economies look like at that level.
Right, but our organization, SPRC 242, is strategically aligned because we focus on national development plans. We focus on Small Business Act. We spoken on having a seat at the table. We won't be the link between the retailers associations,
yes,
like beverage, gas, pharmaceutical, with the government, so that when the government come with policies, we want to say, okay, this is what the government coming with. Let's have the dialogue first, before it becomes disastrous.
Or even to say before it becomes disastrous, have the dialogue, have real engagement as stakeholders in the industry.
Yes.
Of course, small businesses should be at the table for these conversations. Even when the fuel comes in, wholesalers say these, they only sell in cup and baggie and cast oil in that store.
Yeah.
But no, those stores are driving communities. They're keeping them alive. They are purchasers of the fuel as well. They need to run their generator to keep their shops up and running when the power goes off, right? They need to be aware of all of the new telecommunication and digital commerce applications that are available to be able to advance their businesses at the same pace as larger businesses in the country. All of these things are vital, even for people who sell cup and baggie.
Yeah, and Eddie, you look at the problems. What about the opportunities of being in business as you season? When I saw my Eddie, he's just one store now. He has a lot of stores. Eddie, what?
Girl, why you so sweaty?
All getting ready for the Bahamas Games.
Bahamas Games? What that is?
The Games started in 1989 under the then Minister of Sports, Peter J. Bethel, and now Minister Mario Boleg.
When the Games is?
This July 7th to the 15th.
For more info,
go to www.thebahamasgames.org
or call 1029.
It's that time again! Sign up now for the Michael Scooter and Peace on the Streets Basketball Classic, taking place July 24 to the 30th at the Hope Center and the Kendall Isaacs Gym. Call 601-4842 for more information. Powered by the Bryce Newbold Foundation. It's game time!
Good morning and welcome back to On the Clock with Erin Greene on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. I have two guests in studio with me from SPARK, the Small Business Association and Resource Center. I'm going to let them introduce themselves again because right now all I could think is size, Andrus body size Long Island breasts. Like I
am retiring in Long Island one way or the other next 4 years.
Yeah.
And I'm renaming Desmond's Key Turnquest. I only want to keep the airport naming Desmond's Key.
Yeah.
From the airport go onwards, I'm going to rename it.
Now listen,
because I am the Prince of Desmond's Key, but I'm going to be the Prince of Turnquest.
Oh, I mean, look, there's a whole show because it came upon me just now that maybe the name Dead Man's Key is important, like in a treasure map kind of way.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're ready to change it yet.
But there's no Cartwrights, there's no Turnquests in Long Island.
I would you. You know why? I like this slippery slope. There's no Turnquests and there's no Greens. And as soon as you establish a Turnquest, I gotta come down there and establish a Greens.
I don't know if too much sheep.
Soya.
That's the thing. I don't know if good. I mean, you know.
I could try.
Yeah.
I could try. Listen, gentlemen, let me try and throw one more question out there to my audience for the giveaway, and then we're going to finish up our conversation. I have a couple of articles in the news I want to share with you guys, and as members of the association, I want to tell me what you think. To my $100 giveaway listeners, we ready for the second question. We got about 12 minutes left in the show. Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm going to keep this one simple. What are the other two forts on New Providence? If we have Fort Charlotte, and hiding in Fort Charlotte is Fort Stanley and Fort Darcy, what are the names? What are the other two forts on New Providence? Not Fort Charlotte, Stanley, or Darcy. What are the other two forts on New Providence? Numbers to call 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, 242-300-5720. I also would like to report that I think I know why they couldn't find Jerry Roca in town. And I will also report that he was not hiding in Fort Darcy or Fort Stanley, even if he went to go see Fort Charlotte.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, we are back.
Yeah, well, like I said, my name is Mark Turnquest. I'm the president and founder of the 242 Small Business Association Resource Center. We're having a business prosperity workshop for everybody who wants to start, manage, or grow businesses, who want to become employees and not employees, who are already in business and will refine their business plan. It's going to be on Saturday coming, yes. Mm-hmm. It's going to be Saturday coming, June the 24th, 2023, at the Fox Hill Community Center. And plus, it's going to be on Zoom. And the topic is going to be successfully starting and managing your business plan in effectively and efficiently over time, forever and ever. Amen. Because it's all about business plans, development, execution, and delivery. And this is Mr. Eddie Toot and our treasurer.
Yes.
And the owner of Designer Boutique. And Eddie, explain about the opportunities for being a business owner.
Yeah, there's a lot of good opportunities in being a business owner. Once you put your mind to it and you go into it, doing everything right, doing everything how it ought to be. One of the persons I think we need to try and let them know that they can attend as well. We spoke of persons who doing their side hustles. You know, we have a lot of people out there who doing their side hustle, so to speak, with this online shopping and stuff. Because you look on the different social media platforms and you will see everyone is selling all manner of stuff. You know, that's your side hustle. That could grow. We could show you how to grow that and mushroom that into something full time, something big. And like you say, you could come off these people's job.
Mm-hmm. In fact, that used to, remember when that used to be the nation's hustle? That's what we do, right? Like the merchant class, we import things and
Yes.
and we sell them to people.
And,
Absolutely.
And it's so widespread now with all of the different shipping companies, you know, what makes
Right.
it easy to streamline, going online, do what you got to do. With your digital dollars and stuff now, you could easily purchase things and bring it over or whatnot. So we can show you how to mushroom that and have more time for yourself, be your own boss, and have that better quality of life that you want. You know.
Now you say that, right? When you the boss, though, the buck stops with you. You can't sleep until you hit the black. You can't go to sleep until your employers are properly trained, they're properly informed, and they're ready to go.
But he really went through that. Now he in the block. That's why he can tell you he sleep good. You see?
So you did the hard work
Of course.
of bringing your businesses to a
Straight
point
through.
of sustainability.
I watch him over time move from 1 to 2 to 3. I mean, we work hard, and now he's successfully married and everything and mature.
You have a matchmaking business as well?
You have a lovely wife and all that.
Awesome, awesome.
And you know, see, it's some things that is going to come in this workshop. And one of the things is marketing. Marketing is not an expense. Marketing is an investment. And when I speak with one of the
It's a
ADMs,
must.
but it's how you market. It's how you market. You market the target markets. You market the people who are willing and able to buy your products. And don't have a product if you love the product. Have the product that customers who are willing and able to buy your products. Because another thing I was going to come out is that, you know, I would say this, but I got to say it. Me Too business. Do you believe in people who have Me Too business? Me Too business is people who you see somebody in the corner selling something, but you'll be surprised how they get that. So you focus on what you need to do and how you need to get that. But Erin, I'm going to have an exclusive presentation.
Mm-hmm.
You know something? There's 2 reasons why men and women fail in business. There's one main reason why men fail in business.
Mm-hmm.
Men, and you strip roll all the rigmarole, but
They
economy.
like to pay themselves too early in the process.
Sweethearting.
Other people products. You don't use your own products.
Sweethearting with women.
Wasting your money on
women, the buying tank top, blah, blah, blah. But they sweethearting. I found over the years.
But listen, because I
paid
ready
for 20 years.
I readied. Again, listen, dear sir, look at your wife straight in the eyes and tell her I got to stop spending money on you. I sweethearting on you, and I need to be focused on my business.
No, sweethearting mean having a wife and a side chick.
Oh, not properly
Come on, Erin,
managed.
man. You know,
I just
I'm not
thought-
talking, Erin.
Because listen, I make lemonade, right? But every once in a while, I can go buy somebody else drink, and I feel very guilty about it.
We talk about taking your money from your business. You have your wife and your happy girlfriend, whatever, and you have another one. No. Focus on one woman, right, or whatever, and then your wife, and then that's it. Sweetheart, when you spend and you spend your money, all that stuff.
Right, and
the next reason why that's a man, man. The main reason why women fail in business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been for 20 years. I watch them come and go. I get 200 people in business every year.
Mm-hmm.
The main reason why women fail in business because of vanity. They like Gucci this and Fendi that. They like to spend too much money that they don't even have. They think they have a little, they see somebody down the road have a nice bag or somebody that don't buy another bag. But they never keep the money in the business.
So we could say they attribute incorrectly symbols of success to their achievement.
No, they take the money
and they spend it on things they don't need.
On Fendi this and Gucci, they need it. They need to invest in their inventory and the proper management of the business. And they found over the years that the economy will go up and down, all kind of stuff. But those are the 2 main reasons why men and women fail.
Here's what I've observed over the years is that it appears as if Bahamians don't understand the lived experiences of successful business people, right? Like, we don't understand that those successful business people, they didn't go out and buy a fancy bag with the first big profit that they made. In fact, they are still living with their parents. Modestly, and they're multimillionaires, right? I think a lot of people don't understand the cost of success. what it really costs to run a successful business, what it really costs to generate this profit. And sometimes we don't see the people that are living above their businesses or living in the same building as their businesses. We don't see people who don't go on vacation ever because they're constantly pouring profits back into their shop. I realize a lot of people in the Bahamas don't really understand the cost of doing business.
And see, that's one of the things what Mark mentioned at the beginning that we're going to learn at this workshop is understanding the profit and loss statement. Whether you're in service, whether you're selling a service or selling a product, when that sale comes in, all right, that sale costs you something, all right. So you sell a cell phone. When you sell that cell phone, it costs you something to bring that cell phone into your store. So when you sell that, you got to buy that cell phone back. Buying that cell phone back, you got to ship it back. You got to pay customs again. You got to pay the rent. You got to pay the light. You got to pay the staff. You got to pay the NIB. You got to pay all of these things. So after all of those things are done, then what is left, you pay yourself. And that is one of the main things you have to do is pay yourself, and you live off of what you pay for. What you have in your personal bank account that's what is yours. What you have in your business bank account, that is for the business. All right.
Yeah.
So you don't, and you got to manage those vices. There's a lot of vices besides just sweethearting, but we ain't got time to go into all of those.
A lot of vices are not even seen as vices; they're just seen as normal cultural practices, right?
Exactly.
And we need to show people that this is not how you run a sustainable business.
And one of the reasons why we also, and what I do for the past, from 1999, I was training people how to use QuickBooks accounting. Everybody, after the workshop, we're going to have after training services and to show people how to use QuickBooks accounting so that they can manage and grow their own business and don't have to hire no accountants and the bank take all the financial statements. I've been doing it for 1990, one of the first in the country. Every year, I train thousands of people how to, from all islands. I travel all the islands to use QuickBooks accounting. Because once you understand it, your revenue and your profits and your expenses, your cash flows and your balance sheets, you will understand how to manage your business. So if you want to, in the city, men and women, the young men out there who are challenged, but they want, like Scroogey, tell Valentino Brown from Scroogey getting some people to get them. Oh, man. Because we want to get everybody in business. So contact me at 427-3640 to register. That's 427-3640, Mark A. Turnquest.
All right, let me read this text, and then I have my own plea to put out there. It's a wonderful text. Blessings, Lady Greene, Chickchani Queen. I love what the Small Business Association, led by Mark Turnquest, is doing. What they are doing kills multiple birds with one stone. Self-employed, so-called unemployable people, leads to eventual reduction in crime plus needed growth in the local economy. Lady Greene, I strongly believe if many folks like that 17-year-old robber that was shot by police had the right knowledge to self-employ himself, they would not end up dead or in jail. Thank you, Mark Turnquest and others, for what you are doing, teaching folks how to empower themselves for the overall betterment of the Bahamas.
Thank you so much from the God of Abraham,
you.
Isaac, and Jacob. Oh, great. And that's all we all about, like I said, I've been in business for 22 years, and every time when I wake up, and I pray God that, because I'm blind in one eye, and I wake up and say, God, I can see in the next eye. And those are the 50%. I say, thank you, Jesus, for giving me an opportunity to help one more lost soul. Oh, dear. And that's what we want to do, and people like Eddie, too. Man, compassionate, man. He have so many young
I ain't worried
women.
about that. That man is practice Obeah. He can put this Andrew-sized body in a Long Island-sized dress, and we're going to power this nation forward.
We
do that daily.
Yes, sir.
We can make you Long Island breathe.
Look here, your Long Island people think you all are special, but listen, I have a text here. I got to have you guys back on so we can have these conversations about the cost of doing business and why businesses fail, because I get a very heavy critique. They do not like that you said that women failed because of vanity. And she said, it's so, the person said, forgive me, that's my bad just now. That it's like saying men fail at business because they sweetheart too much. I think that's a fascinating space, because I think it's true, but in the ways that I said it, right? Like we're not focused on the rules of
over the
business.
past 22 years,
those are your observations.
I hundreds and hundreds and hundreds or thousands of small business owners.
Yeah.
Eventually, they doing well.
Absolutely.
But when they get some money in pocket, they start.
I gotta go. Yeah, I really gotta go. And I'd even get to say, look here, coconut boys.
Right.
Coconut industry. Anybody who is prepared to help these young men turn their ingenuity and skill into industry.
Come to the workshop.
Come to the workshop
Right.
and bring some of these young boys with you, please.
Yes.
We're all out of time.
Right.
I gotta go. Y'all hear that song, eh?
Thanks for having us.
Exactly. Thanks for having us, Erin Greene.
Absolutely. Say, don't touch my tomato. The next one say, don't squeeze the mango. But how you gonna sell the produce if the people can't feel what they need? Anyway, we are out of time. Guardian Radio AM with Cecil Nuri is up next. Have a great day, Bahamas. Thank you, producer. We're
Price you've got to pay. You're hard like a coconut. Nuts on nuts, but nothing but. Before the temperature get hot, man, make up your mind just what is what. Touch me this, you touch me that. Touch me everything I've got.